Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is teacher Vicky. So in today's video, we'll be teaching you about subtraction. As for year 4, we learned about subtraction which involve two numbers and also subtract any two numbers from any numbers. As for year 5, we subtract up to three numbers from any numbers. And for year 6 is actually very similar to year 5. And second one will be borrowing technique, regrouping. And third one, borrowing technique, which pairs of 10. The first tips that I want to share with you, which is count backwards. For example, 53 minus 8. So starting from 53, we count 8 backwards, right? So I put here 8 images. Now starting from 53, we count backwards 8 times. So 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, and 45. So the answer is 45 for this question. Next, borrowing technique, regrouping. Right? So this is a number sentences. 352 minus 137. Right, first we have to arrange in the proper standard form. Right, start from the place value of ones here. Right, so 2 minus 7 not enough, so you need to borrow from tens here, which is 5. Right, so when you borrow 1, it becomes 4. Right, so this is from tens, so when you bring over to here, these two will become 12. Why? Because 2 plus the 10 that you borrow from the 5. It becomes 12. Now, 12 is enough to minus 7. So here you can do it as count backwards, or you use any skill that you already learned about subtraction. Just 12 minus 7, which is 5. Right? So 4 minus 3, which is 1. And 3 minus 1, which is 2. The third tips that I want to share with you, which is borrowing technique, which involves pairs of 10. Now, this is a given number sentences, 352 minus 137. So first step, we arrange them in proper standard form, right? So we start from the right-hand most, which is ones. The 2 minus 7, not enough. We borrow from 5 here. So it becomes 4. And usually we plus 10 to hit these two and become 12. But this time, this 10 we are not going to plus. Instead, we are finding the friends of 10. So who is a friend of 10? By looking at the 7 here. So 7 and its friend is actually 3 to become 10s. So we write a 3 here. Now this 3 is going to plus with 2 this time. Yeah, so becomes 5. Right? So 4 minus 3 enough. 1. 3 minus 1. 2. Right? So let us look at another example for better understanding. Right. So 26,184 minus 3,829. So first we arrange them in standard form. So starting from the right hand most ones here. 4 minus 9, not enough. So we borrow from 8. It becomes 7. And the 10. What is going on with the 10 is actually we look for the friends of 9 here. So the friends is actually 1. Alright. So this time 4 and 1 will plus together. So we get 5. Alright. So 7 minus 2, which is 5. Alright. 1 minus 8, not enough. So we borrow from 6 here. Becomes 5. And the 10, we look for the friends for 8 here, which is 2. Alright. So this is friends of 10. So 2 here we plus with 1 and get 3. So 5 minus 3, which is 2. And 2, bring down 2. So actually the friends of 10 is actually the tips here. Okay, you look for the friends of 10 here. So for example, this one 9, you look for 1. For example, this is 8, you look for 2. So the borrowing technique still going on, just that you are not going to plus 10 Here, you are not doing regrouping. Instead, you are finding the friends of 10 and you start to minus. Okay, subtract subsequently. Now, what do you mean by subtract subsequently? It means you minus a number from a number and you're going to minus again. If you continuous minus, 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 there is so-called subtract subsequently. So in this case, you are going to subtract these two first. So 540,680, I'm going to minus 30,248, just like this. So once you get the answer, you can bring it to the other side, copy again, and minus the following number. Yeah, then you get the answer. If you subtract subsequently, just bring over this answer and minus again until you get the final answer. It is so-called subtract subsequently. Now, solve bracket in number sentences. Okay, given the number sentences like this, and the bracket is in the middle here. So what are you going to do here? Relate subtraction to solve the brackets, right? What do you mean relate subtraction? Yeah, by taking this, the first minus the answer here. So 24,290 minus 50,080. So this will be your answer for the bracket. Now, you are going to use any technique or any tips that I have taught you. You just subtract. And finally, I get 9,210. So when you insert 9,210, so this is the answer for the bracket. The next example, the bracket is in front this time. So bracket minus 314,258 equal to 180,442. Now this time, relate addition to solve the bracket. Yeah, you are going to plus this time instead of minus. So by taking the answer here, you're going to plus back whatever you subtract. So you do proper addition, you should get this answer. And when you put in back the bracket, so 494,700 minus this equal to the answer. It makes logic. So keywords related to subtraction. So what are the keywords that related to subtraction? For example, less than, difference, reduce, decrease, how many more, how many less, deduct, remaining, the left, balance, and many, many more. So this is the common keyword that you usually will see during the problems. Right. So here I'll be giving you a problems. There are 87,234 of marbles produced by the factory. 32,142 were distributed to shop A, 25,000 to shop B, and the rest to shop C. So calculate the number of marbles that were distributed to shop C. So first step, you're going to know what to solve. So what to solve? The number of marbles in shop C. Yes, the question is asking calculate the number of marbles that were distributed to shop C. So step number 2, you are going to take 87,234, which you distribute to shop A, and you distribute again to shop B, and the rest was C. Okay, I can say here the rest is the keyword, or it means the balance was C, right? So shop A is already know, which is 32,142, and shop B is actually 25,000. So after you minus these two, the answer should be C, which is the rest or the balance or the remaining. So this is subtract subsequently. I'm taking these two minus first. So 87,234 minus 32,142. And you follow the step correctly, you should get this answer. And you bring forward again, you minus 25,000. And finally, you get 30,092. I will make a summary for today's lesson. So first, you learn about tips of subtraction. And inside there, I share you 3 tips. Count backwards, borrowing technique which involve regrouping, and borrowing technique which involve friends of tens. Right, the next one, it will be subtract subsequently, which means you minus number after that, and there's a number you minus again. So if there are three numbers, subtract from a single number, so you just minus, minus, minus. Right, the third one, which we solve the bracket during the number sentences. So sometimes we relate subtraction to do. Now, if the bracket in front of the number sentences, we'll be using addition to do it. So the next one is the keyword that related to subtraction, which is difference, less than, reduce, decrease, balance, remaining, the left, the rest. Now all of this is actually the keywords, and we use the keywords to solve the problem, right? So I hope this video helps you in understanding about subtraction, right? I will see you again in the next video. Bye bye.